Our friendships are going to look different over the course of our lives. Thus far, we've talked about the lifespan of friendships, but up next, we're going to talk about friendships across the lifespan. We're going to start by looking at our friendships in adolescence, then move on to early adulthood, and into our friendships in later life. Our friendships in adolescence begin with the onset of puberty and last through our teen years. Typically, in adolescence, we are making our first voluntary, close social relationships as our cognitive and emotional skills are developing. Generally speaking, we make friends with others who are in the same age or grade as us in school. And in adolescence, we tend to have friendships with people of the same gender as us and the same race as us as well. And typically, we also tend to have similar attitudes about academics and similar values with our adolescent friends. Adolescence gives us the first opportunity to test our interpersonal skills. We get to learn things like emotional processing, empathy, self-disclosure, and conflict. These are all features of the adolescent friendship. And friends also negotiate the various different emotional problems that they're experiencing for the first time with one another. In addition, there's a certain level of dependence that we have on our adolescent friends. They might even experience jealousy or possessiveness in friendships and attempt to balance their dependence on and their independence from their friends. So if our best friend has another best friend, right, that's a pretty big scandal when you're an adolescent. We become very dependent on these relationships, especially because our friends are a big part of our identity formation. We look for acceptance and validation of ourself in our friends when we are adolescents. And finally, those who don't form satisfying relationships during this adolescent time may miss out on opportunities for developing their communication competence later on in life. As I was saying earlier, these adolescent friendships give us the first chance to really test our interpersonal skills like our emotional processing and our self-disclosure. And if we don't have satisfying relationships at this point in our lives, that can really have a hindrance on our communication competence overall. So as you can see, our adolescent friendships are a really important part of our lives, even if those friendships only last during our adolescent years, which, let's be honest, a lot of them tend to end in those teen years.